guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
I'm Dan.
This is Board Game Rundown. Today, we're going to talk to you about Raccoon Tycoon from Forbidden Games, designed by a designer that actually we like, Glenn Drover. He's done some good games. 2 to 5 players, we said.
Yeah.
This is the deluxe Kickstarter edition.
Yep. With the Fat Cat.
We've got the Fat Cat expansion. So you've got the difference is really going to be these player boards, a few cards, and a few buildings. And then this actual section of your player board right here is part of the expansion.
Yep.
I don't think it overcomplicates anything.
No.
Like you could just, if you had this version or had the opportunity to get this version,
you can throw it right in there without making it too much more complicated.
Yeah, this felt like a base game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. So we'll just start with...
Well, really quick.
Yes.
For people who are interested, it is a engine building kind of economic manipulation game.
That's right.
You're playing the stock market kind of and trying to get your engine built by the end of the game.
Yep. Right. So the buildings that you can buy essentially are going to help you build your engine.
Yep.
Then there's cards you can play which are going to manipulate the prices of goods and then allow you to gain goods. They're going to do two different things when you play it. And then instead of maybe playing a card, you could choose to sell your goods. So depending on how many goods you sell at the price determines how much money you get.
Yep.
So there's some timing with the strategy of when to sell, when to jack that price up, you know, when it's safe.
Try to undercut somebody before they sell all theirs.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And then also the real way you're going to get points, because all this money that you're making is really so that you can buy these railroads.
Tycoons.
Yeah. And then you're going to get victory points based on the number.
Right. Set collection.
Set collection. That is the set collection aspect of this game.
Correct.
The artwork, components-wise, right? The artwork is fantastic. Top notch.
I love the artwork.
Top notch. I know you don't love the anthropomorphic.
That's true. The art style is very good. I don't like the idea. I would be more interested in the game if it was a more realistic version of this theme, Railroad Tycoons.
Adorable
That's just
animals
me, I get
in
Victorian
era clothing.
I get it. It's just me. I'm a weirdo. I just don't care. Yeah. Oh, look, an animal. Cool. Don't care.
Yeah,
where did
an animal with a hat.
I got to clean up after it now. Cool.
You have no soul.
Yeah.
But the card quality is really good.
Yeah.
I don't love paper money, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's fine.
I
don't
did
mind
not
it.
have any issue with it.
It's durable, though.
It's durable. It's not just paper.
Yeah,
it's like a waxy paper.
Yes. Yes.
So that helps.
So, and the shaped
meeples
goods.
the goods are nice.
This one's very disappointing.
Well, I mean, it is a crate. It's a representation of a crate.
That crate looks way cooler than this.
Well, then you can get some yellow paint and paint some lines on it.
I should do that.
Yeah. You don't even have to be able to paint to just do the lines.
Lines won't be straight.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But, yeah, so they say this game is like, what, 14 and up on the player age? That's probably accurate.
That's probably pretty accurate.
Because of the money manipulation kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's not tough, but there is just some things to keep in mind, a lot to keep in mind when you're but the action, I like the idea that the actions are basically you're going to do one thing and it goes around.
Correct. You get one action per turn.
And so, like, basically on a turn, if Dan was playing one of these cards, basically the next person could start going as he's manipulate. Right. He's just got to manipulate the market, get his goods, and then Bob could already be thinking about what he's going to do. Because then he might sell based on what happens here, or he may also be playing one of these cards, which isn't going to affect, too much.
I like that. They give you these. They have your player on them, and with the expansion, they all had an asymmetric power that gets added in.
That you could use once a game.
Once a game. And allows you to keep your money hidden because as you're bidding and auctioning off these guys, you don't want people to know how high you're able to go.
Right, right. And that did come into play,
it
right?
Did a few times,
the timing of when you want to start an auction because it's like, I really want to win this one.
Right.
And the other thing I like is that as your action, if you want to start an auction, right? If you don't win that auction, you're not out your turn.
Right.
You can then take another action, and that could be to start another auction.
Yep.
It's a good way to cycle through the cards.
Correct.
To end the game.
Yeah. If you're trying to get it to end real quick, just keep bidding on everything.
Because the game is going to end when one of these stacks runs out. And basically then everybody gets one more action. Or you finish out the round. So everybody's had the same amount of turns.
Yep.
But that's basically gameplay.
Yep.
It's not overly complicated.
And as these buildings get bought, there are more advanced buildings that are way more expensive and get you really cool victory point conditions.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very cool victory point.
Yeah, there's
conditions.
a couple that seem a little overpowered.
Yeah.
But,
What? But, so gameplay, I mean, I have, like, one one beef with this, and it's a beef that I have with a lot of games just because of the style of gamer that I am. I don't mind a territory control strategy game taking 3 hours.
Okay.
Right? If we're going to play Game of Thrones,
Sure.
or if we're going to play Cthulhu Wars, even though that doesn't take that long normally, but like even Axis and Allies, right? Okay, there's a lot going on and stuff. I don't mind a game like that taking 3 hours. A game like this, for me, a game like this should take an hour.
Yeah, yes. Like hour and a half.
Because I'm done.
Yeah, this game overstays its welcome quite a bit.
It did.
And there was a lot of teaching, but I still feel like it would have lasted a while.
But it's weird because they tell you with the player count to remove certain railroads. And I made sure that I had taken out the right amount of railroads. And I think, like, really, we could have done without another set. Like, without 4 more cards in this would have shortened the game more.
Yeah.
And I think that it would have been more to my liking.
Okay.
That's an easy house rule.
Sure.
Because I guess if you feel like the game is getting too short, you could always, next time we play, we'll...
Right, or you could be like, oh, let's play till both piles are gone.
Yeah, if you really...
Want to lengthen the
If
game.
the one goes out and you really, everybody's still wanting to play, you could...
Play the top, yeah.
Right.
The last thing I wanted to say before we completely finish with components was, because this is something I pointed out in the thing, is these lines right here separate the sections on your board. They are very hard to see for me. So
they don't really delineate very well.
I suggest, so this is the amount of goods this player has right here. I know you can barely see it, but I would suggest highly starting from the right side
of
that line.
Makes it easier to
and
tell where
building
your
that
stopping
way.
point
You
is.
know now I have 3 left I can get.
Once you pointed out that you were doing that, I immediately switched all my goods to that doing it that way.
Yeah, that line, until you
sense.
get upgrades that up your
Capacity.
storage. Yeah, it's
Correct.
really hard for me. Like, there were so many times where I was like, give me 5 goods, and Bob was like, nope, you can't hold that much. So I was like, it's so hard to see.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, but that's my last thing for components. I wish those lines either stuck out more or there was a groove or just something to help it stand out.
Yeah, I do like these dual layer boards. I mean, we all know I love dual layer player boards. And these are nice. The buildings stay in there. Your goods stay in here. I wish they would have done a little dual layer here because they do get bumped and slide around quite a bit.
Easily.
We knocked over. There was a time where player screen got knocked over and goods got moved.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to call you out.
Sure.
But I get it.
I was there. I saw it is what I meant.
Okay.
We didn't have a lot of room on the table when we were playing, and even Bob had like flipped his mat. And again, this stuff wasn't that hard, but like getting back to making sure that those were good.
Right.
I mean, if you're not paying attention, it could screw you up.
And we still have no idea why these spots are dual layer.
Correct.
Those are pointlessly
Might have
dual
been a
layer.
building we haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
but there's
it
a little
could
bit
be.
of a pointless layer there.
Could be.
Which is a positive, I guess. There's so many buildings we didn't see half of them.
But the expansion does give you a few extra ways to gain some points and some more buildings, which kind of add to the engine aspect of it, right? But overall, this game's not hard to teach. I think that it's fairly family friendly. I mean, the thing is this game can be mean.
And so it can be mean.
You can do mean, and it's like wrapped in this cuddly, like furry box, right? With the cute bears and the dogs and the cats and the raccoons and stuff. Yeah. So there's some mean things that can happen. So you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay. We're okay with that. We play mean games all the time.
Right.
And that's fine for us.
And we're only slightly bitter toward each other.
Slightly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still stuff from like 6 years ago we talk about, but
you guys are only slightly.
Slightly. I'm still mad at you for yesterday.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Unrelated.
that later.
But anyways, yeah, exactly. But so overall, man, components aesthetically, like the board all makes sense.
Yeah.
They do a nice job of like these cards go here, these cards go here. They allow you to, if you choose to use the mission cards, you don't have to use them, but the mission cards will give you
end game scoring.
Yeah, end game scoring, which I like.
I do too.
Gives you a little bit of direction instead of just like, I guess I'm gonna just start with this and see what happens.
Right.
Like I like to have a goal to start building
nice insert.
towards.
Yeah. This will
insert solid, man.
Nice.
I wish there was also a place for the money to keep stacked because
that would be nice
they will
to have a
fall over.
little
there
cash
is.
register thing.
Oh, you mean for during the game?
During the game.
Yeah. Because this insert is very functional while we're playing.
Correct.
But yes, if they had something for us while we were playing for the money, just that old Monopoly.
The money gets manipulated so much in the game. The piles are going to be getting knocked over.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a little like cash register drawer almost.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Like, stick it in.
Right. But yeah, man. I mean, overall, it's a very solid production.
Yep.
Very solid production. Yeah. Do we want to go into final thoughts? You got anything else? Anything I'm missing?
Yeah, I guess we kind of accidentally covered everything with the who's it for and everything.
Yeah.
You kind of did an umbrella move right there. It was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, well, I think though this game is pretty easy to kind of give you an overall, like
Yeah.
as you talk about it, like it lends itself to that, and I think that that's a complimentary thing.
Sure.
So I'll go last.
That makes sense.
All right.
Bob.
I'd probably give it a 6.5.
6.5 out of 10.
Like it's a game that like I'm not gonna be like, ooh, we should play that. But if somebody wants to play it, I'm not gonna be salty about playing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I think it's a pretty solid like 6.5. I like the components. That definitely helps, and the artwork is great. That will help get it on the table.
Yes.
With some people who might not normally play a game like this,
Right.
but they
You
like
can
the aesthetic of it.
Right.
So yeah, 6.5.
All right, Dan.
Okay,
I'm ready.
so Dan
We know how Dan
Stafford.
feels about this, but I'm really waiting.
So Dan Stafford has a problem.
Forbidden Games.
Dan Stafford doesn't like anthropomorphic animal stuff.
Yep.
Dan Stafford does not like marketing games, money
Market
manipulation,
games, yeah.
the stock market. Not for me. This is a lot of things. Check out the smartphone review. A lot of the same kind of
Yeah,
ideas.
you were so excited for that.
Yeah, that's true. This one I had not really known anything about
Sure.
with that game, sure. I don't like mean games. I honestly don't feel like this game was that mean. Most of the mean stuff was just you making yourself better, more so than hurting other people.
I don't know. You had that
Sure.
tax power that made everybody like
One
took
time.
money.
Yeah, and that was after
Yeah.
everybody already paid all their money out. And
Sure.
But
Jeff couldn't even
so
afford the bill.
That's
I'm
kind
gonna-
of yeah. That's true.
I'm going to say right now, going off of what Bob said, I'm going to do a little bit of research in this game because if we played this game correctly, which
We goofed one rule, and
I
it-
don't think that made that big of a difference.
I
really
don't think it
I
did
know
either.
between you two it might have, but I think Jeff and mine experience didn't change that much from
Right.
that one rule mess up. So I'm saying I'm going to do a little bit of research, see if we play this game completely correct. I am probably never playing this game again. I really disliked the experience of this game. There were just so many things that felt so like unfair. Like just call me a little whiny baby. It felt so
Sure.
unfair, certain things. And I talked about it during I hate this system in general when you have like a store that's splayed out and there's no way to refresh the store.
Right.
I don't even like too much when there's a way to refresh the store. It's way better.
helps.
But I just get rid of the store. I hate this system completely because
But that's funny because deck builders usually have a lineup of
market.
cards that you can buy.
they're usually always the same.
No,
Okay,
not
well,
usually.
in normal deck builders they are, but I
no,
see what you're saying.
No,
You're saying
in
like
some
Clank.
deck builders there
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, if
in
you're talking-
Clank, Ascension, DC, any of the legendaries,
I guess-
they
I guess
all
You're thinking
have.
Dominion and Arctic Scavenger.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
plus
talking
you're
about
thinking
old
of-
school normal deck builders.
Yeah,
I
the
guess
crap
is what I
ones.
was talking about.
Right. No, you want the good ones.
Arctic Scavenger is a good game.
No, it's fine, but you're going 50-50 like with
You're
with
correct.
Good
In all
versus,
fairness, though, there are ways in a lot of those to clear market. There is.
Sure.
I can't think of one in any of the ones that I
Really?
just mentioned where you can clear the
I'd have to-
market.
I'd have to
other
check
than
it out.
cards that let you like,
Other
add
than-
things or
other than
I'd have
buying
to check
a
it
card.
out. That is not this game.
I'm gonna fact check that.
The thing is, in this game, it's the biggest reason I hated Edge of Darkness, I think is what it's called, which is another different game. But so here's the 4 tiles that are out on Jeff's turn. Jeff takes a really good one that's replaced by a crap one. Bob then takes another really good one that's replaced with a crap one. Tim takes a really good one that's replaced with a crap one. My turn. There's 4 crap buildings on my turn. I guess I'll not take a building and just hope I get. And then if that happens over and over and over again, which is pure luck, if that happens, you have nothing the whole game due to pure luck. And I hate this kind of store system.
Yeah.
So with all those things put together, after this 10-minute rant, I'm still probably going to give this game like a 6 for now. I'm going to do some research.
That's higher than I thought you were going to come in.
yeah.
Me too. It's only because I am not fully confident that everything we did was correct, and I want to
Make
see
sure.
if everything we do is correct, my score is going to drop. I'm
Yeah.
kind of looking at this as a first impressions right now. This was my first time playing the game.
Uh-huh.
So I don't want to give a full-on review score right now. This is what this game is, but my first impressions are a 6. That will probably drop. That's
we
where I'm going
we
with now.
can come back to it. I've played this a few times. Now, I've been on your end and have been absolutely skunked in this game. I wouldn't say that it's because people bought good buildings. I would say
That's
that
just
I
one
was
reason.
not playing with good strategy.
I can honestly say though, I've played this game one other time, and the person who won that game had that same auction building that you had.
Was it Sean?
No, it was Karen.
Oh,
Yeah, and
she's such a Karen.
Yeah, she's such a Karen. But
she
no,
talked to the manager. She got that auction building. And then,
and that building just seems super OP to me.
it did. It did seem OP. I even double checked. Like
we
after
double checked
it.
in the book. And it played the way we played it, but it just seems like it should be
Right. So basically, what that building allowed you to do was you
almost double our points.
Whenever you start an auction, you gain $5. Well, whenever an auction is started, you gain $5 right off the bat.
Right.
Commission.
Right.
Then, if you don't win that auction, you can start another auction. Now, to be fair, I was doing it because I was trying to cycle through the thing.
Sure.
My biggest knock on this game, and it's really my biggest knock is it takes too long.
Yeah.
For what this game is, it plays way too long.
Yes.
Way too long. For this style of game, it needs to be like an hour, hour and a half tops. Needs to be. And we were on top of our turns.
I was going to say, there's a lot of people out there right now that are just like, well, go faster.
No. And we were on top of our turns. There might have been 1 or 2 times where somebody's like, oh, whose turn is it?
Right.
But even then.
We stopped to double check to make sure we were doing something correctly.
But even then, I think it was only like a minute or 2 solid.
It's not like we sit around for like 10 minutes like AP.
Yeah.
Like
no, it was boom, boom, boom. And I mean, and I try not to be a jerk about it, but I try to stay on people about their turns. Hey, your turn. Boom, boom, boom.
We got a lot to do today.
Make a point of saying, I passed the turn or I'm done. Dan, your turn.
Yep.
You know, the other thing that I don't like is that I do feel like, and other times that I've played this, that you can get punished for bad moves early. And it's hard to recover sometimes, even though the game
you
takes
might not
too
know
long.
it's a bad move that early.
Until it's too late.
Sure.
It's not like Agricola punishing, where like one bad move and you're like, well, I might as well just be done because this is a game over, you know. But you can get kind of punished early. I still, because of everything else, assuming that I house roll this, right, and make this shorter.
Sure.
If this is a shorter game, it's a 9 for me. Because I like the art. I like the components. I enjoy the market. I enjoy the bidding.
Yeah.
But because it takes too long, it's an 8.
Okay.
It's an 8.
It's going to be somewhere around a 7.6.
So a 6, a 6.5,
I'm just
an
guessing.
8. We're waiting for the magic.
Oh, really?
6.8.
Only 6.8.
It is a
I thought your
6.8.
score was going to bring it way higher than that.
Yeah.
Math and head hard.
And I might also be more sympathetic because I knew you.
Oh, wait,
well,
you said an 8. Of course it's more.
You were so down on this.
Yeah.
But honestly,
I did not come into it down, though.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know anything about this game coming into it.
No,
so I didn't.
right.
I just knew anthropomorphic animals, which is not enough to bring a game down for me. I just don't like that art
But this
style.
is a designer that I like, a company that I like. Some of their other games, we'll have reviews for them. And again, the production value is great.
Yeah.
And even just out of the box, the regular, even if you don't get the expansion deluxe edition, it's still for me, it's still a good game.
Sure.
I would again find a way to make it go faster.
Yep.
And if you're making it go too fast, you could then adjust it. And really, it's just by manipulating.
Pull out a set of the cards, right?
Some of the cards and maybe some of the towns.
Yeah.
And randomly do the towns because you don't even.
Those are,
they're not even like
these
linked
being
to a
set
set
collection or specific. So like, we'll pull out all the big bear cards.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, so overall,
not bad.
I had a positive experience.
Yeah.
I did win.
If you get a chance, that helps him
By a lot.
Yeah. If you get a chance to play it, it's definitely worth the playthrough.
Yeah. If you see us on a table at a meetup,
Sure, it's well made.
You know, or if you're at a game store and they've got one open, they're like, I mean, play it, check it out. I think that anything over a 6, right, is like, okay, I can look at it.
Yeah.
If any of the mechanics intrigue you, you know.
Yeah, because some people really, really dig this type of a mechanic.
And
I think this stuff's
well
fun.
done in this game.
And I do enjoy that part. You know,
this is one of the things actually that it had over smartphone for me was I thought it was way easier to understand when to up and down things and when to sell, and I thought it was very simple in this game. To where a smartphone, I still say it feels completely random. Bob up to the price this turn. I don't know why, but now my stuff is weird. Like it's so weird.
To me, that's not a random thing. That's just you're trying to gauge the other players.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think they're going to do?
Yeah, you're playing.
So you're
the
playing
players.
the player,
You're playing
not
the player.
board.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's almost like a poker feel.
Right. Right. But this is Raccoon Tycoon.
Yeah.
I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
I've been Dan.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.